Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Shakedown podcast. I'm Kiara, and I'm joined by my sisters Malika and Nia. Great day to start the week.
Word.
Tottenham tied with Everton, so we love to see it. Nia thinks they're making top three. No shot.
Top four, but yeah, no. They're a joke. You're right. It's fine.
Thank you. I'll take it. Malika,
move on.
how's the day going? You had a
It's
lovely
good.
photo shoot this morning.
Yes.
We'll need to drop the pics on Twitter or Instagram,
We will drop the pics when they come out.
Fire outfit. I think you should keep the shoes. I think you should take a picture of the shoes, have a poll.
Listen,
Should she keep the shoes? I vote yes.
if everyone knew how much that outfit, like how much everything costs, everyone would agree with me to return all of it. So that's all I have
maybe
to say.
keep one item for
So you
for
are
the
broadcasting that you buy to wear.
Oh,
to
100%.
return.
Think of
Buy
it
to return.
like I told Kiki earlier. It's like
Buy
a regular
to wear.
photo shoot. You get some clothes, you wear it for the shoot,
Yeah.
and then you return it. How is it any different? Like,
I guess celebs do it all the time. They
That's
don't
what I'm
keep
saying.
all the
Why
outfits
can't I
that
do
they
that?
wear, right? Yeah.
This is true.
But keep the shoes though.
No,
I feel
the
like
shoes are going.
no.
They were the
Right.
most expensive part of the outfit, so they're definitely going
Treat
back.
yourself.
But
understand,
they
I understand.
served its purpose. I
They
think
served
the
its
photos are going to
purpose.
look great with the team.
Are they like stilettos? Are they pumps? Are they like
They're
platforms?
boots, but they have a skinny heel, pointed
You know how I feel
toe,
about boots. Are they knee high?
a nice plum color.
Oh, that's.
But they're really
that's
cute.
plum
Like they're
color.
really cute,
Yeah.
but they're
Semi-League?
going back.
Wait, how much are
You know
they?
what's funny? Our office manager was like trying to find them on the Banana Republic website, and I was like, I think
Yeah.
they're like on sale. They were just in a box,
Wait, they're on
marked
sale?
down
Okay.
for
Like in
$250.
the clearance
Yes,
section.
Yeah,
they're
Banana
on
Republic
sale
is
for
like that?
$250.
Maybe they'll make it to Banana Republic Factory, so it's on sale.
Yeah.
Sale.
Double,
I'll-
triple
I'll
sale
sell
because
Mm.
the receipt is right there. Everything is going. Back.
On a side,
But
love
we'll
your
drop the
hoodie,
photos.
though.
We'll
A
drop the
little
photos.
F1
Yes.
hoodie.
New merch. Danny Rick has been letting me down. He hasn't dropped anything that I want to get of late. Then Lewis also plus 44. Like, where has that been all year? So I had to resort to PacSun.
Ooh.
But I like it.
Me
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
nice.
And we
And
have
you
like
had
matching shorts
too. Yeah, it was really cute.
Can you
It's cute.
show us those shorts? Are you wearing them?
Well, I'm not wearing the shorts. We're currently like Zoom appropriate right now. There's
I was like,
just
yeah.
the top.
You could.
That's
you
all
could
I
pull
can
a
show
Tom
you.
Holland. You ever see Tom Holland who like?
Wait, what did he
literally
do? Did
goes
he
to
walk up in
meetings
his-
with? He like
That's
said,
tough.
"I don't wear pants," but he did it intentionally. He's like, "Oh, I don't wear pants for interviews. Like, I only show up at the top half." And then he
Uh-huh.
actually stood up to show that he wasn't wearing pants. And it was just
Gotcha.
funny.
I mean, this hoodie's a little short. I can't quite do that right now, but
Yeah.
I'll rock the
That's fair.
shorts
That's fair.
in the next podcast.
Next one. We'll get you next day. But speaking of Formula One, and speaking of the race this past weekend, Saturday night for me, Sunday morning for y'all. What a race it was.
Listen,
What were your thoughts, Malika, on the race? Like, what were your thoughts? I'm curious to know.
I was thoroughly entertained, right? Like, I have to admit, it's like because it was Australia and the time difference, I did not really pay attention to FP1, 2, and 3. This like for the first time in, I don't know, 2 years. So I had no idea that Checo was having issues and like all weekend. I would have picked like my fantasy team would have been a little bit different had I had this information. Yeah.
I think everyone's fantasy team was probably screwed.
Like
though.
messed up.
You know,
yeah.
mine
was
But
bad.
listen, mine was
Mine
going
didn't get-
well.
yeah.
It was actually going
Damn,
pretty
screw up.
good. Until
Oscar, not
Albano
Oscar, sorry.
and then Gasly.
It was
like,
Ocon
messed
and
me up.
Alonso. They messed me up a bit, but
Alonso
I mean,
coming
Alonso
in
should have been in your
P3
pick.
messed you
no,
up.
he was.
Alonso
Sorry,
wasn't
I
in your
meant.
pick.
I
Okay,
mean,
I was saying,
no, he
like,
was.
you
Sorry.
messed that up.
No, Ocon and Gasly. Sorry,
Okay.
their collision messed me up. But no, Alonso
Yeah.
was. So if he was gonna
Yeah.
lose his position, I was like, no.
True.
Got it.
No.
Got it. Fair.
True.
We'll talk about that later. Should he have
Yeah.
lost his position? Was the
Yeah.
restart?
I mean,
the procedures. I have my thoughts on it, but we'll get to that later. Nia, what were your thoughts on the race?
I was like, this is probably the first race in a while where from like start to finish, I was thoroughly entertained. Yeah,
It was
like,
bussin'.
it was great.
It was.
I was like,
so
It bust. Yeah.
I
It
love
was
this.
so good.
Um,
I'm just happy that I didn't
mean, it
stay.
was-
I didn't wake up at 2 a.m. I think it was 1 a.m.
It was 1
I
a.m.
watched it like
I mean,
the next morning.
I was up, but I was watching something else. I was supposed to be watching that, but I got obsessed with this Korean show. That's a different subject. But yeah, like super competitive, a lot of good racing, engines blowing up, people crashing into each other. McLaren's
restarts,
and Alpines were
McLaren's
quick,
and the
right? Like I
points.
always said it. I said it from the beginning. Like I don't know if you should write off McLaren.
Did you say that?
And I did.
said that?
And go back
Okay.
to previous recordings.
Okay.
I said that. Okay.
All right.
And yeah, it was great. It was great.
It was great. To think about the top five, I think it was a spicy top five, we'd say. Sergio Perez, rounding up the top five. Lance Stroll, P4. I feel like that
Not
kind of
bad.
went a little bit unnoticed. When I was looking back
Definitely.
at it, I was like, ooh, Lance Stroll, P4. Fernando Alonso, P3. Lewis Hamilton,
Hey,
P2.
listen.
We back. We back.
P2.
If I wasn't using my phone to record right now, I'd show you my new lock screen.
It changes. I feel like it changes every time
Every
it's on the
time.
podium.
It's a new
Yeah.
flavor.
Refresh.
Every week is a new thing. It's a refresh. We had Arsenal on there. Now, we have a new
Arsenal made the cut.
2023. We have Lewis's first podium. I don't think he's been on the podium. Has he been on the podium yet?
I
Not
feel
this
like
year.
No.
has he? I honestly was
No,
thinking
it's been
back,
Alonso
I can't remember.
double. No, it's
Mhm.
been the same three. 2 Red Bulls and Alonso, I feel
And
like.
Alonso.
No? Yeah, I don't think he's been on the podium yet.
Okay,
So
first
we,
podium of the year, and what a podium it was. And then Max Verstappen P1. I just feel like
I mean, who's that?
if he's not DNFing,
Yeah, he's winning.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, actually, Sergio did win last time, so let's put some respect on Sergio's name. But yes, you were right. It has been Checo,
Double Red Bulls, yeah.
Max, Fernando,
Mhm.
the first 2 races. But yeah, the Mercs being P1, P2, a double, a Merc 1-2 in the beginning. It was kind of giving, it was giving different vibes. I was like, wait, what year is this?
Guys, can we talk about the
2019?
start though?
Talk about the start.
Can we talk about the start? Talking about
George
old
Russell.
school vibes?
Let's talk about George Russell. real quick.
Listen, George,
I was feeling
and then
type of way
Lewis
about
going
it.
into turn 3, squeezing Max. I
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
almost fell off the couch. I kid
Yeah.
you not. I almost fell off the couch. I was like, they're gonna touch,
They're gonna
and then all of a sudden, Max is giving space to
giving
Lewis.
space. But he did have that
They've
team right
grown.
He ran him wide. I just
Oh,
feel like
yeah, that was so
they
funny.
can't
Well,
have
and
an
then-
overtake without
I know.
someone saying something.
And at the end, he's like, well, we know the rules now, like when you're on the outside, but I guess some people choose not to follow it. He just had to, give
he
him a
had to
little
say
dick.
it. He had.
I mean,
say
he'd say what he wants to say. It is
Say
fine.
what you want.
Like there was nothing wrong with the move. But I don't have an issue with drivers like advocating for their position. Like advocate whatever, but because even Mom was like, "Oh, he wouldn't have said that had it not been Lewis." I was like, "Probably," but they all say it. Like it is what it is. Like I didn't think anything of it. I was just shocked that Max didn't wheel bang.
Tappy tap.
Yeah,
He's learned. Well, he said that too. He's like, he didn't have to be super aggressive because he knows his car's gonna win.
cars quick.
So,
Come on now.
no
But it
need
was
to be
great.
Tappy tap.
Yeah.
I mean, to get him at the start like that, both Mercedes get them at the start and be 1-2 with the Red Bull in third was just like
It's great. I knew it was gonna last.
We're
but
gonna
it was
be
nice
good this year. True.
It was nice.
It was.
He was
it was nice while it
struggling though
lasted.
in the first
In his
stint
starts.
before the first red flag. I would say to get past Lewis and George. Right, that was your
Yeah.
With the second restart, I feel like he had like the easiest overtake over Lewis. It was like crazy. He was going around the outside around some turn that
Some
you normally
DRS
don't
zone.
overtake in,
Right?
but it just seemed so easy. I was
No,
like, they're in a
that
different
long
formula.
straight they overtake them.
I don't.
Yeah, it's that long straight that goes into that.
Oh.
I wish I knew that turn. It's the one that Carlos like spun at last year. Is that turn? I don't know the number, but after that long DRS is where he got him. But I mean, they attributed Max's poor starts because he kind of had 3 poor starts.
Yeah.
To tire warm up essentially. So that's really it. But I don't know what to take away from this as a Mercedes fan. Like, is this giving Brazil vibes where the car still sucks, but it was just Red Bulls were slow and track specific, a one-off, or did they really make progress and understand the data, having no upgrades? I'm not sure how to
interpret it.
Interpret this, but I don't know. But the thing is that the pace, their high speed, their top speed is good. Their deg was good. The deg killed them in Bahrain. That's really what they struggled with. They're lacking downforce, but
aren't these three tracks what's the word? Not really going to give you a good representative of where your car's at. It's not until you get to probably Barca or.
I mean, Barca's the best track for that, but I don't think Albert Park is bad. I think Bahrain is an outlier, right? Saudi, we know, is high speed. Definitely. I don't know if Albert Park is bad. I do think the Astons were probably supposed to be better at Albert Park than they were. And I think I kind of watched Peter Windsor's video. I didn't fully pay attention to everything. And I think he even alluded to the fact that this is a better sign for Mercedes than, let's say, Brazil was. Because Red Bull was just off the pace in Brazil last year. That's why we won. Let's be honest. They really messed up their setup. It was a sprint weekend. Remember, they got, you get into Parc Ferme a whole day earlier. And their setup was just not it. But here it seems like they were on it this weekend. They knew had the
but
right.
Then, Ferraris were quick, and that was weird. And a lot of people were just quick, where you're just where did this come from?
Hulkenberg.
Yeah, a lot of yeah.
I feel like the thing for me with Mercedes is that they don't understand why they were quick this weekend. It seemed like a complete surprise that they had pace, and they're like, okay, we'll take it. Yeah, because even George in his after qualifying, he was like, oh, we weren't really expecting that. We were saying P4, P5 would have been a good result, but a 2-3 wasn't something that they had anticipated. And Lewis in the post race had said, we were not expecting to finish, P2, but we'll take it. So I think still that they're not 100% sure of where this pace comes from. Why were they fast here? Why weren't they long-term race pace as quick as they were here at the other races? So I think it's good, and I think they're definitely in a better position than they were last year this time, but I'm hesitant to say that they're back because I don't think they understand fully why they were so successful in Albert Park.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that they're back. I think they know that they have a ways to go. I don't believe them though when they act like they don't know and what's going on.
I believe them.
You don't just accidentally. But this is the thing: you don't just accidentally perform. That's the thing, and I think that's where the haters get upset with Mercedes because they keep acting like they don't know what's going on, or they the slowest car out there, and they're not that slow. All right.
That's true.
They have a clue. They have an understanding of what is going on. Okay. Maybe they don't expect to be 2 and 3 because there's 2 Red Bulls, right? They got lucky that Checo wasn't in the picture. So they were not expecting to be 2nd and 3rd. That's to be expected. But to act like, this performance in the pace is just wow, it just happened is not realistic. And
he was panicking, though, Lewis. He was kept talking about how.
But
quick
he's always
that.
But
in reality,
right? He was his tires are going off, and then he sets the fastest lap. He did the same thing in Albert Park.
Those guys behind me are quick.
Yes, the guys behind him are quick, and then he literally put in the fastest lap. Okay, so and even Alonso speaking to there's 2 bits about Alonso. Alonso and Carlos made comments about how they're not really they know Mercedes are quick. Right. Are you surprised to see the Mercedes? They were not really. They were actually quite quick in Saudi. And Carlos agreed with Alonso when he made that statement. And then going back to comments Alonso made that were quite positive for Lewis or complimentary of Lewis was when he said that, he was pushing Lewis. And I think even Jenson Button picked up on this in the commentary, was he's getting into the DRS of Lewis. He's trying to force Lewis to make mistakes, and Lewis is on the radio saying, oh, these guys are quick. But Lewis was completely managing the situation as well. He would push in the fast lap when he needed to. But then he's talking about how quick they are. And we see that as, oh, he's under stress or he's in trouble or he may not have the pace, but he did. So they
like
know
his tires might not last. Like,
yeah,
his
tires might not last. If we keep this up, are they pushing? We're not on the same strategy here, guys. And like, they say all of these things, but they have more control and understanding, I think, than they maybe make out to us. And then obviously the TV's picking out all the great sound bites and makes it like try to construct like a more desperate, I think, scenario. Yeah. But I don't know. I get your point, Geeks. Like, I don't think they found that magic bullet. I don't think like this was like them unlocking performance, which will lead to what's next? Baku? Is Baku the next one?
I just have a question. Okay. Does their understanding really matter? Because I hear that they have a car in the wind tunnel anyway. So like, how much of this car that they're working with now is going to translate to this new car?
If I had to answer that question, I think it does matter because you don't want to bring the mistakes in this car to the next one that's in the wind tunnel. So they have to understand why the W13 and this 14A is having issues. They have to understand
trash. Occasionally trash.
Yeah. Okay. That's totally.
I thought it was so interesting in the post race. So the red flags, like there were several, 3, maybe even 4 if you count the last one as a red flag. It was like a red flag.
Oh no,
after
no one's
the
counting
checkers
that
flag
because of
Nico, right, or something.
Nico, yeah.
So it was just crazy. But I'm curious to know. So the ending of the race, a little controversial. People didn't like it. Some people understood it. I have my reasonings, but Malika, you're shaking your head. What were your thoughts on the ending?
It was giving me PTSD, is why I'm shaking my head.
It was giving Michael Masi. I had a thought. What would Michael Masi do? And Zizi had a great. So Zizi was watching it live with me, and I texted her. I was like, "What would Michael Masi do in this situation?" And she said he would have deleted the last lap. Like it wouldn't have happened, and then they would have reset. So basically, actually, I think he would have done what people would have wanted to happen, where it resets and you don't take into consideration what had happened, and then you just pick up from where you left off.
Like you don't go back because they didn't go past the first sector, right? Is that the rule?
Right. That was like the rule. Everyone didn't pass the first sector mark. So they can't tell where they were, although there's GPS. So I still don't understand that F1 argument of like, we need to have some type of way of knowing what the positionings are before chaos ensued. But like, you have GPS on all the cars, so you know where they are. So I don't understand that still. Maybe like back in the day when you didn't have that, maybe. But now I don't understand that case. But yeah, I think that the FIA actually did do what made the most sense. In the sense that you would expect the teams to prepare to fuel the car for 58 laps, right? And so even though that last lap before the third red flag, they didn't race it, they did technically do that lap. So, they started and the red flag happened and they came back to the pits. And so they did use that lap of fuel, essentially. So to say that, we could delete that lap and then go back and then redo it, I don't think it would be fair to the teams if they at the end have to do like the little oil check,
lap.
Whatever.
No, they can't do extra laps.
Yeah, so, but I think that's what people had expected to happen.
What?
To say like, because they were saying like, if you basically said that lap didn't happen, then why did you count it? Is what the consensus or the questioning was of the FIA's decision.
Okay, because they probably don't understand the rules, but yeah, you broke it because you broke it down in the sense about fueling is a big thing. Like they're fueled for 58 laps, so you can't just add extra laps and redo them. So,
but that's what Michael Masi would have done.
Don't do Michael like that. Michael wouldn't have done that. So okay, the reason why I was giving me PTSD, and it's so funny because it's like, I don't know if you have that feeling where you're processing something and it's like right as you're about to come to the conclusion, it happens. You're like, I was just about to say that, or I knew that was going to happen, right? So I'm sitting on my floor, literally. And I don't even remember why I ended up there, but I was there. And they threw the safety car comes out because Magnussen? Or no, the other one, Haas, was in the wall, right?
Magnussen. You talking
Yes,
about
not Nico.
Which one?
That's the second to last. That's the
Nico
the last
was
red
like
flag.
the fourth one that never
Forget
happened.
Nico was after the race. Okay,
So
that
yeah,
was the
Madison
fourth
was
one.
the
But
second
the third
one.
one,
The third
red
one
flag.
was like the carnage. Was like the
was
Alpines
like
and the wall.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
I
the
think
one, okay, so the
Magnussen's
one that
second.
preceded that was
Magnussen.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so Magnussen would have been the second.
Was it
red flag.
Albon? I'm so confused.
No, Albon was the
It was
first
the
one.
first one.
Albon was the first
Magnussen's tire flew off.
Yeah,
not flew off.
hit the wall.
He collided into the wall, or his rear
Sorry. suspension
failed. Whatever you want to take from that. He collided into the wall, but
Yes.
Haas will say that his rear suspension failed.
So the part that I realized it was lap 57 or something like that, right? There were 56, and you have a car in the wall, and they throw out the safety car. And then I don't know, I'm processing it. I'm like, wait, they're not going to end this in a safety car. They're going to do what they should have done in Abu Dhabi. And then they threw the red flag. So I was expecting it, and I thought that was the right decision, to be quite honest. Then to then to end the race under safety car. But it just pained me because like that's just what should have happened in Abu Dhabi. So that's why I was tripping on the floor.
And it's what did happen in Baku when Max's tire blew up.
Yes.
It was in the ending, towards the later stages of the race. And it's funny because in the post-race conference, Max was saying he thought that second red flag was unnecessary. And then Lewis was like, yeah, we'll talk in Baku. And then they all started laughing. Because it was true, because that was the scenario. Tire blew up / hit the wall. It's the same scenario. Although there's like 2 laps left in the race. And that's where it gives Abu Dhabi, where you're like, they should have thrown the red flag. But
Abu Dhabi, man, it just makes me just
great
so upset.
Yeah,
it was great. I still can't believe Kiki dragged us back out there. Like,
it was a great time though.
It was
Every time I look at our perfumes, maybe I should show them the perfumes that we got on that trip there.
Sitting right there.
I need to re-up. There's one that's just a 12 out of 10.
The scented oil one.
Yeah, the one we got with when we
Did
met
you
the
finish
Indian
that
guy.
one already?
No,
because you got a big one.
Every day I just see it just dwindle.
Less and less.
I
have so much left, so I'm Gucci.
I'm wearing it now.
Love to see it.
Yeah, I mean that's what should have happened. I think the FIA was okay this weekend. Well, I can't speak to Friday and Saturday because, like I mentioned, like I was not doing the 1 a.m. stuff. No, I think they did fine with the race. Yeah. Making all the right calls at the right time. Well, there was one with when after.
I think it was the first
Albano's.
one.
Yes, the first red flag. Some people were like, "Well,
I don't
think
think that should have been a red flag.
That could have just been a safety car."
It was the gravel on the track, we say this now, but if we had lost 10 laps because they were sweeping gravel, I think people would be upset. So it's like ooh, trade-offs. Yeah.
But speaking of like that first red flag really changed the complexion of the race.
It did. Poor George Russell, man.
George
had a
finally
great
got some
first
bad luck.
lap.
Yeah.
George has been having great luck since
he
he joined the team.
He only DNF'd one last season, which was
his fault. He ran into Albano in Silverstone.
Someone hit him, and then I thought someone hit him, and then he hit Albon.
Go watch the
Not
tape.
Albon.
Go watch the tape. That was George's fault.
It was a little bit of George's fault.
It was George's fault. I remember
it was tough. It was like 3 going into the corner. He clipped someone and then result.
Yeah, him, Gasly, and Albano, I think it was. Yeah. But it was definitely his he wasn't innocent. It was
a chain reaction and he was the first one,
So that was his first DNF. Yeah. But he hasn't really had bad luck. Like even with safety cars, he's gotten lucky. Last year in Australia, he actually benefited from the safety car over Lewis. Lewis lost a position to George.
He did.
There. So this was like the first time I'm like, oh wow. Right as he comes in to take the the lead strategy in pits, they throw the red flag after they call the safety car. And the other teams who didn't pit, Red Bulls, the Ferraris, Lewis, I don't think that was a choice. I think he was
McLarens,
just
I don't think
got
pitted.
lucky. Yeah, I'm curious if they knew, like, this might be a red flag. Or was it that it was too early in their stint?
I think it was too early in the stint. It was like lap 7, lap 8.
Yeah,
you know?
roughly
12.
I thought it was risky.
It was later
7 or 8. No,
it was 7. It was 8.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why did I think Albon lasted that long? I was like,
I don't know. Which sucks for him too, because he was doing very well. He was like P6, I think, up until then.
Yeah, he was up there.
So he had a great weekend.
That was a scary crash. I'm sorry. Like after his car hit the barrier, ricocheted on track and like barely missed.
And then Hulkenberg didn't even see him. Yeah, that was really bad. It was giving like Carlos and Suzuka maybe.
Oh, that was scary.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that again. Suzuka just was horrible with the whole crane and Gasly in the rain. And I was like, this is too much. And it was like 4 a.m. in New York. I was like, I'm off. Like, this sport sometimes really pisses me off.
Yeah, that was a moment where you're like, this sport
that was that was a
ridiculous.
low moment. It was too much. Too much spray everywhere. They made them start on inters, and it's like buckets of rain. Like, the whole thing is just sometimes that that's a tangent.
I don't think anything was lower than Saudi when like a gas station blew up. That was the low of lows.
Oh yeah,
you remember that?
Saudi last year with the whole like airstrikes or whatever they were going through. No,
and it was also like the precursor, because it was like, oh, we're not gonna race in Russia because of the war in Ukraine, and then we go to Saudi, and it's like Saudi versus Yemen conflict, and then there's that was bad as well. No, that was bad.
Jeez.
But
I feel like we could do a whole podcast on, episode, I should say, on all the ridiculousness that happens in the sport, and why do we still show
watch?
Up?
Why do we still pull up?
Like, why did I fly
out? Yeah, it's crazy. It's almost like a relationship, like an unhealthy relationship.
Toxic.
Keeps pulling you in. Yes, it's a little toxic. It's
It's definitely toxic.
And it's so funny when I talk to people about it. They're like, it's like kind of like Johnny Gill, where he's like, this sport, like you say that he could go. We should probably have him on the podcast.
He would not participate in
it. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, he would not participate. So John is like a family friend of ours, and he does not support F1. To put it bluntly.
Say the least. Yeah. And has valid reasons for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So we talked about the ending of the race. So we feel like the FIA made the correct decision. I feel like this is maybe the first time where we can,
I think it's the first
come
time
together
I
and
say that. Yeah, I think they did a great job. They learned from Abu Dhabi. They threw the red flag when they should have, and we got proper racing. And they ended under the safety car or whatever, like they should have.
Yeah.
Again, it would have been fine had they done that in Abu Dhabi.
But the thing about it, people are still upset that happened.
Abu
and
Dhabi.
It wasn't even the finale. No, that this happened, that we ended under the yellow flag, and it wasn't the season finale.
I think Albert Park looked fine, actually, afterwards. Everyone was celebrating. The champagne was still popping. I think it was fine.
I think the fans at home, to say the least, from what I
like,
they can sit down. They can relax.
Like, they can relax. They probably have no idea. Like, it happens in other series, like that you finish a race under the safety car, because that's just the rules. That's just how it is. You can't just like manipulate the ending of a game, a match, a race because of Netflix. Like, it just can't happen.
Damn.
Do you want me to go?
No. I continue? Abu Dhabi we'll never get over it. It'll always come back into conversation. But yes. Okay. So we spoke about the top 5. Any honorable mentions for this race? I feel like there are quite a few. I have a list, but I'm curious to know any drivers that you would pick out.
I mean, the Haas were running good. The McLaren boys did well. Albano before, like, the spin.
Papaya Boys, baby.
There were a lot of
Gasman until like he didn't see Ocon. I was like, come on,
man.
Until
he didn't see Ocon.
He was quick.
I want to know what that post-race debrief was like. That
Almar's
energy.
Like, always just so neutral. I'm like, you're not
he
a little
was
man.
too chill.
Yeah,
I was like if that is those are two of my cars in the wall hit by
each
themselves, each other in lap 57 out of 58.
He's gonna score good points.
I'm not even on the radio. Like Sky Sports can't even talk to me.
Otmar, are you there?
Otmar is not here.
I can't.
Otmar is gone.
Pull a Zach Brown and like write a whole letter about it.
Are you joking? Like, we just made these mirrors bigger. Gasly.
Damn, she's gonna cover Gasly. Like, it's a first lap incident. Speaking of, Carlos Sainz should it have been a penalty? Or was it a first lap incident?
Not an incident at all. It was driver error.
It was driver error, but in the first lap, which is the whole point of first lap incident. It's like you have to take into account that there's more drivers close together going into corners. You're probably going to touch. I don't know.
I don't know.
Was it a penalty?
I'm not one to like judge on, I guess, like rules. I still, even when it comes to the inside line and who's ahead, like Carlos clearly drifted and tagged Alonso. It's true. But is that forgivable? Is it not? I can't say. I did feel bad for him though. To get 5 seconds like then is like
his team radio.
Yeah. It almost sounded like he was in tears.
No. Guys, no. He was like, they need to talk to me after. They need to talk to me after. It's really sad.
Yeah, because when the cars are all bunched up, 5 seconds is the whole race.
It's the whole race.
That's a big penalty.
I think.
What did he end up finishing? Actually,
I think like
P12.
P12.
Yeah. And we had 6 DNFs, so it's like
that last restart was pure carnage. Pure chaos.
Yeah.
And
P12, P12.
Yeah.
That
was tough.
I felt bad, and especially since Alonso, they didn't take into account that last lap. Anyways, it kind of just was like, come on, it was tough. It was tough, to say the least. It was tough.
I see that.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
So not only does he gets 5 second penalty on a lap that's like not even really doesn't the order didn't even count. They went back to the previous lap's order anyway. Yeah. That's tough.
Fair. That's a good point. Yeah.
That is tough. Maybe like I think Peter even suggested that in his video, like maybe a 3-place grid penalty for the next race would have been like more reasonable or something like that.
Yeah.
More fair. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or like, what about the driver points that you get on your license? Or something?
Oh, that's too much.
Speaking of points.
Yeah, Gasly.
Gasly?
Yeah.
Did
Wait, that's too much? Why is that too much, though?
That's a really strict penalty. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 points,
That's a big one.
How many does he have now? Did he get one from that?
He has 10. Mm-hmm.
Well, he has accumulated, to say the least, a lot from this season and the last. So I don't know when it resets. So but he's running on 9, right? Like he's at the border.
Yeah. So I think it's at 10. You have a race ban. He must have 9. But I think he was up for a potential reprimand.
Puntos?
Yeah. But and then
what they say, it was a first lap incident. Is that why he didn't get a penalty?
I actually don't know. I only heard like on TikTok that he was up for
potential.
I had no idea.
Saying, like if you give Carlos a penalty for that, what are you gonna do about Gasly?
I mean, to be honest, the Gasly one was less severe to me than the Carlos one. I mean, in terms of like he moved over like a half an inch, and then his teammate happened to be there. Like Carlos drifted a bit, understeer, took too much speed. I don't know what it was, but yeah, he didn't have as much control. I don't think they're the same. And again, I'm not like the best police, or person to like judge on that. But yeah, Gasly still has a couple months to go before his first point like even falls off. So he's got to.
I feel like he should just like, just take it,
Take the ban.
Yeah, take the ban.
Yeah.
Tough. But yeah, honorable mentions. I would give Hulkenberg, Norris, Piastri, Zhou.
Yo, Zhou gets 5 stars for that outfit that he wore in the paddock on, I think, the Saturday.
Wait, send that to me.
Oh, was he throwing a fit?
What?
He threw a fit?
Okay,
he has good style.
So Zhou,
he has great style.
Lewis, Lewis, obviously, right? It's a runway for him. Sonoda's like top 3, but
it's just them 3.
That is true.
Yeah,
it's just the 3 of them. I'm trying to think. Is there anyone else that can even get an honorable mention?
For fifth?
Definitely not George. You should have seen George on Saturday. It was tragic.
Oh no,
he's so funny though. I love
Guan Yu's fit was top
giving.
Tier.
Damn,
it was giving on Saturday. It was.
We'll insert it.
Yes. Guan Yu, where did he finish?
He finished in the points like P9.
I mean, and how many cars DNF? 6 cars?
I made that number up, but let's see.
So we lost Carlos.
8 cars. Yeah. That last lap really it was 6 and then that last lap just really
So wait, we got both Alpines.
Yes.
We have
De Vries, Sargent, Magnussen, Russell, Albon, Leclerc.
De Vries did get
De Vries got hit in that last one.
Yeah.
He got hit.
And then what happened to Charles?
He got hit too.
Hit him. Stroll hit him.
First lap.
Oh, Stroll did tag him.
Racing incident.
It was an incident. It was an
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tough.
But I loved the Norris Hulkenberg scrap. That whole battle I thought was super dope. McLaren's, coming up. Hulkenberg just doing well in that Haas, and almost could have got a podium if they hadn't restored the last lap. If Alonso would have been out, and the penalty for Carlos, would have happened, and it did happen, then he would have been on the podium, which is insane to say because he has not gotten a podium in his whole career, and it's been like. Kind of like the thing of his career, like how talented he is and how he hasn't been able to finish in the top 3 in a race. So, but I feel it for him this year.
Maybe this is his year.
I think it is. Alonso win, Hulkenberg podium. It's happening. Those 2, I'm certain for.
I think Alonso can win a race this year.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Oh, for sure.
And to think like the podium was, had all 3 world champions on it.
That was so cute.
Just crazy.
That was so cute.
It was kind of cute.
Yeah. And even their post-race kind of thing was really cute. And how Alonso was talking about his battle with Lewis. And, it was just, it was giving good
wholesome.
vibes.
Yeah, it was good vibes.
But McLaren going from P10 to P5. Let's talk about that for a second.
They picked up points and all of a sudden are like,
I can't. Yes. I love it for them. I really do.
I love it for them.
I think
oh, go for it. Sorry.
But no, I think they're both going to be able to compete on very similar levels in terms of like accumulating points. So if they do maximize the most of that car, I think then they'll have a far better season than the last one. And I'm curious to see how they develop over the season as well. They're kind of in a really difficult place in terms of the progress that they've made in the past few years and the decline that they've made in the past year. Carlos's move to Ferrari is looking great. He kind of jumped ship just as McLaren were doing well in 2021 and in the second half, not as well. But I think they're in a really interesting situation where they had a few years of growth. They signed a really long contract with Lando. Now people are questioning whether or not that was the right deal. Would he stay there for after his contract is over? Where would he go? Are there any openings? There's like so much in the air with McLaren. But I think they do have a nice package with them. I think they had a nice package with Danny Rick. I think they dropped the ball on that one. And the Red Bull or Christian Horner interview, whatever he did with Zach Brown and
Throwing shade.
Throwing shade was kind of funny. But I'm curious to see how they progress throughout the year, who they will be fighting. I don't think they'll get into the Alpine Mercedes Ferrari fight. Or maybe they could fight Ferrari in the end if Ferrari is P4. So? You think?
McLaren?
Yeah. I mean, could they be the fifth fastest team?
I mean, that would be quite the recovery. I mean, it's early days. We're only talking about going into the fourth race. It's out of 23, right?
Yeah. So
a lot it's not impossible, but that would be quite the comeback story for McLaren from their testing with a new driver in Piastri, all the struggles that they've had. If they could challenge for P4, I mean, that's big.
The midfield in F1 is giving the midfield in football for me. They're all in relegation. All of them. They're all in relegation. No one's safe. Literally no one is safe. And I love that. It's just, it makes every race, every game so much more interesting to watch. And I'm excited for it.
Baku, one of my favorite tracks next.
Any predictions for Baku?
Can't be as
King of the Streets, Sergio. Is he getting the dub again?
I mean, for me, it's always Max. Like, Max is better than Checo. So something has to happen to Max in order for Checo to win. It's just like,
damn.
Max. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have any. I can't.
I don't think it's gonna be us. I don't know. We just having bad luck there. So
maybe we can change that. That bad juju, brake magic,
that brake magic. I'd give Alonso win a little closer. Yeah, I'd put Alonso win for this one. I had him for Saudi, I think, and I think I will put him for this one as well.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that either.
I don't know.
It's not Max.
Yeah, it's like hard to see how it's not Max. So I'm having a tough time. He has to be in the wall or his car needs to fail. But who's beating Max on pure pace?
No one.
Yeah. So
himself, essentially. Yeah. When you lose in tennis, you lose to yourself. I feel like that would happen to Max.
Himself.
Wait, you lose to yourself in tennis? Wait, what?
Yeah. Like, you beat yourself. Your opponent didn't beat you. You beat yourself. You lost, but you beat
every
yourself.
Match I lost.
Literally.
That's what everyone ever does.
I never lost. I beat myself.
I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is such a mean, like, what?
Yeah. Who came up with that? Who had the audacity to say that?
Sense.
I didn't lost. I beat myself. Like, what?
And I believe that.
Yeah.
I didn't lose. I beat myself.
I beat myself.
It's really deep when you think about it, kind of. Yeah.
I don't know how many people listening could relate to that or who plays tennis, but is there a similar like ideology of sorts in other sports? Like you can't. I guess you have to stick to an individual sport. I have to ask a golfer, do you say that? No. They wouldn't say that.
They wouldn't say that. They wouldn't have the audacity, but in tennis?
Well, no. That would be a bad analogy. I'm trying to... that wouldn't make sense either because they're really just playing themselves. They're not like playing with another person.
I mean, they are competing against each other in golf, You could say, and mentally, I freaked myself out to the point where, it's essentially what's happening in tennis. Is like you lost yourself because you mentally beat yourself, essentially.
Yeah, but it's so funny because then you forget, like, there is another person who is affecting you.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, we just
okay.
In tennis, we just remove that person and say, I lost because I just beat myself. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
How could how could we believe that as juniors?
Yeah, and people would tell you that too.
No, they would.
You beat yourself.
You beat yourself.
Your coach. That's what they would say.
Every match I lost. That's what I was told. And I was like, well, that's actually worse to say to someone. You're just like, damn, I'm just like mentally weak or something. I'm always
listening to myself. Tough.
Yeah, tough. All right, change.
All right. Any other things we should bring up for the race or life in general? Any shout outs?
Any honorable mentions?
Shout out how gorgeous Malika looks right now. God damn.
Oh my god! Everybody stop.
God,
It's giving.
Dude.
She's giving.
Giving
She
what?
gives what she
That
gives.
light.
She
I don't
gives
know,
what she
like,
gives.
what serums are you using these days?
Oh,
Let me know.
Drop your skincare routine.
Yo,
Drop it.
right?
Drop it. Drop in the
I'm
chat.
trying to. You guys are just. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Bless. I'll say thank you. When are we linking up again? When's this reunion happening?
I think it's England, right?
July? So I'm not seeing you guys.
July's
until July.
not that far. It's like a couple
April.
months, maybe 3 months.
Yeah.
That's far, bro.
Yeah.
That's far
3
out.
months?
No, wait, you're not coming to Miami?
Who's
We don't
going
have
to
tickets
Miami?
yet.
I feel like we said
didn't
this
have
last year
time
too.
Last year, either.
But we did end up
Who's
going.
to Miami?
yeah,
We
yeah.
all
it was
went
like
to Miami.
went to Miami.
Yeah.
Would you
I
guys want to
mean-
go back to the GP this year?
Miami?
Miami?
I kind of
It's right
roasted
there.
Miami.
It
Right
was-
there for who?
It was hot.
Right there for who?
Yeah, not you.
It's not right there for
you.
anybody though.
far.
Right there for
That is
ZZ.
true.
I would go to see ZZ give Sargent his
Yes,
flowers.
That is true.
Yes,
she
yes,
did
yes.
say
Yeah,
that on
she
a
did say
previous
that,
episode.
so-
She was gonna give him his flowers in person
Yeah.
as a
In
fellow
person.
Floridian.
America. Yeah.
Florida
Fellow
person.
Floridian.
uh,
A Florida
yeah.
woman to a Florida man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Florida woman to a Florida man. Yeah. Weren't you
No, I
supposed to do
think-
something too to Lewis or something? No, you were
She
something.
was going to do a shoey if he wins
yeah,
the
if
race.
he won.
He came close.
Mm.
Am I? Wait,
Yo.
I'm doing a shoey. Did I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said
I
that
think if
on
you,
record.
Yeah.
On a
we got-
published
we got
pod.
tape.
On a published pod.
I can't backtrack
Yeah.
now.
And it was
Can't.
Kiara's shoe you were supposed to do as well.
No,
there's
it's her
no way I
it was-
agreed to that.
It was her
There
own
is
shoe.
no
It was the
way.
whole thing.
Yeah.
It had to be her own shoe. Was the
Yeah,
consensus.
this
Yeah.
sounds like. See, don't play with me now.
Yeah.
There's
Why was
no
it
way
my
I said
shoe?
Kiki's shoe.
Yeah.
You sweat the
Idiot
most.
trying to instigate.
Yeah. What is this?
Damn. That's crazy.
I joke.
Yeah.
My
no.
own shoe, Lewis podium. I could do that. We just need a Lewis.
Should I have
win.
a little bet? Nia and I are dropping, or we don't have anything. ZZ has flowers. You have the shoey.
Yeah, we have to come up with something.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. What's the hot take?
Yeah.
Hulkenberg
I don't know.
podium.
Hulkenberg podium. I would do something for that.
Yeah, you get the
Yeah.
track tattoo on your
I was
body.
just thinking,
Oh
like,
my.
I would get. Should I get a tattoo?
Oh,
I literally
wow,
read it in my
Zach.
head.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, a tattoo would do it.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a piercing, but that's too
No.
much.
Oh, because I did say I don't want a piercing.
like a,
Wow.
a nipple
What was it?
piercing or something.
What was the term? Like
Oh yeah.
not a
wait.
risky piercing, but like a
Oh yeah,
like
what are
a
they
piercing that could not be removed.
Right. Like the Lewis
The
piercing.
Lewis
Yeah.
piercing. Yeah. Yeah.
called?
The
I'd
Lewis
go with the
piercing.
tattoo. I'd go with the tattoo. So yeah.
So Hulkenberg
Yeah.
podium, Kiki gets a tattoo.
I'd do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like how
seriously?
you guys are making bets, and like doing things that you want to do. Like there's no jeopardy.
That's true.
You want a
No,
piercing
but I
and you want a
would-
tattoo.
yeah,
So like,
yeah,
what
yeah.
is it? I don't
But,
want to
like, what
drink
would my
anything from
tattoo be
anyone's
of?
shoe. Do you realize?
Yeah,
the
it would have
difference?
to be the track or something that he won or something that you wouldn't
That
want
would
on
be
your
kinda
body.
crazy. Yeah.
that.
I would
Someone's
do a
like,
miniature,
"What's that?"
A miniature
Um,
track behind my ear.
Vegas track.
I know.
That's crazy.
the
Miami
ugliest track
Yeah.
on the calendar.
Yeah. No. Actually, I would like a straight track because less curves, you know. So less
No, you should put
likely
the
to hurt.
the Dutch flag. That's what you should put behind your ear.
Oh no! If Max
See?
wins in X number of races, do
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
a Dutch flag? Every time I hear that
Wow.
Dutch anthem, I just get a feel
Just seeing
some
the
type of
colors,
way.
bro.
Orange Army's kind of lit though, low key.
Yeah.
Listen.
I would pull that out for the World Cup. Hey, Dutch, you know,
I'm trying to go to
I'd be Dutch
Zandvoort.
for the World Cup. Okay.
I'm
Yeah, Zandvoort
definitely
would be
trying to
a
go to
good time.
Zandvoort.
I go.
Yes, Orange Army looks lit, but full
2024.
Mercedes out. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
And I think it'll be fine.
Mercedes,
I don't think
but
I'll have
in
any issues with
orange.
me, to be honest.
yeah, okay.
I'm gonna make plenty of Dutch fans and
Mhm.
friends.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With
Love
orange
that for you.
smoke. Yep. I'll
Mm.
be in there.
You'll be throwing the flames,
With the
throwing the
flares.
flares.
No, Zandvoort looks lit.
Oh man.
So if we don't meet up in Miami, literally the next time we're linking up would be Silverstone in July.
I won't be at Silverstone, but I'll be in the area.
But you will be in London.
I find
the
that very hard
weekend
to
is
believe. You have to
performing.
go.
At this point, Kiki, you have to get a ticket.
I can't.
No, at this point you're going, but we're gonna find a way for you to go. I mean, you can't be there.
Did they
and
even
not go,
check
bro.
our? You know, I can get.
That's
you
what I'm
in.
trying to. We're
I
gonna
can't.
finesse. I was thinking about a way. I was thinking
the grounds.
Some
Which I feel
No,
like
but
that's
I can get you
difficult.
into the grounds.
Yeah, but I can't
like how I'm
get
putting
into
this
where
out there
you're sitting.
publicly, but no, I can get you into there too. There is nowhere I
can't.
can't get you besides the paddock, probably.
she has belief, and that's all.
Like
But
I would put.
it's all
that
good
I would-
though. It's all good. No shit.
Yeah,
My friend's
if
gonna
you-
be there. We're gonna be chilling.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
take her to Wimbledon. The weekend's performing. It'll be
What?
fun.
Weekend performance.
Yeah, the
Where's
weekend's
the
performing
weekend
July
performing?
7th in
Where?
England. Is it July
Hyde
7th or July
Park.
11th? She sent me the. Yeah, he's.
And you
performing
just
in
didn't want
England.
to share.
I would. She sent me last night. So
You know what it
I'm
is,
sharing
Mia?
right now. I'm sharing
It's
right now.
retribution for Arctic Monkeys. That's what it is.
Oh,
I can't.
already got
I'm
tickets
sharing
for that
right
for
now.
myself.
Oh wait, you got my ticket for Arctic Monkeys?
I did.
Oh, you're so. I feel like I owe you mad money, bro.
She does. She
Send me
doesn't send the
the
VRs. It's
Send me
fine.
requests.
Yeah, she's like, ignore.
She doesn't send
Okay,
the
yeah.
VRs.
The weekend is performing at London Stadium, July 7th to July 8th.
Wow.
Okay,
Well, that's
okay.
like that's like prime F1 weekend. So
Is that Friday? That's Friday.
yeah, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah. That's
It'll be
tough.
Friday after the practice.
I mean, we could swing
Maybe.
it.
Yeah. Team no sleep.
Vacations are not meant for sleeping.
No, that's a fact.
I could swing
It's
it.
not meant for
Vacation's
sleep.
meant for rest.
After
What? No.
Dubai, yeah.
Literally after that trip, we could do anything.
We could do anything, yeah.
But I'm glad. I'm sad. Like I won't see you guys until July, but at least we know it'll be fun when we link up.
Yeah,
And we have to do something like for the pod in London.
for sure.
We really do.
London.
I feel like we
Yeah.
need to like
Oh, you know
link
where
up
we
with
need to go?
other. Oh,
We need to go to F1 Arcade in
Isn't
London.
F1 Arcade. Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you were saying
Yes. I went. Well, I tried to go, but they didn't have any reservations when I was there last.
We should go karting when we're there.
Yes. I
That's
know where
something
to
we
go
should
karting
do.
in London.
She
See?
has a okay. I'm
We
making
should do
a
that.
little doc right now.
to-do
Ooh,
list. What to
Yeah.
do?
We should do that. It'll be fun. But Australia, man, Australia GP was good. That was a
Yeah,
fun
I
one.
give that like an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah,
I'd say
yeah.
thoroughly entertaining.
Good racing, right? You had obviously the
Mhm.
Lewis Alonso battles. You had the Hulkenberg Lando
Norris
battle.
Yeah,
Even Ferrari, Carlos after that
Mhm.
restart was cutting people up.
cutting them up.
No, he was
Chopping.
cutting them up. Yeah,
Yeah, you had
We had-
Albano coming out, for 6
Yeah.
laps. It was a great 6 laps. It was great.
For 6 laps. We had red flags. We had the FIA doing their jobs. We had mixed weather
Mhm.
conditions. It was a
We
solid
did.
weekend.
It's a great weekend. I thought that track looked different to me in terms of
Yeah.
like the I just felt like thoroughly more engaged than last year. I don't
Mhm.
remember last year's race, to be honest, but this one I
Same.
was thoroughly entertained.
Yeah, last year's I think Max DNF'd and like Carlos
Leclerc
spun it out.
won. Yeah. Oh,
Right.
Carlos did spin out. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I
so
think-
tough, and he gets a 5-second penalty for this race.
He has really bad luck.
yes, he
Carlos
really
does.
does.
He
Yeah,
has
he does.
bad luck.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
Kind of like Valtteri.
Yeah,
Valtteri
kind
has
of like it.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
almost a lot of them. Only one who doesn't have bad luck is Max.
Yeah,
I
2021.
mean,
He had some.
he had some
Baku,
reliability, but like I guess he did have
Silverstone.
reliability. Silverstone was
Hungary.
not bad luck, guys.
No, I don't call
Yeah,
it
but
even.
that one- then that's even worse. That's Lewis putting him in.
I don't
the
call
wall.
that bad luck.
That's
but
not bad
Hungary,
luck.
Yes. Hungary, yes.
Hungary was bad. Hungary bowling ball Bottas was bad luck.
Yeah.
Baku was bad luck. You'd be 2 laps away from the checkered flag. Your tire blows up.
That's it. So maybe not actually. He has good
No,
luck.
well,
I would put Silverstone on that list.
I mean,
How
Russia
is
is the
that
best
bad
luck,
luck?
ever.
because someone takes you out on the first lap of
but
the
that
race.
happens in racing, just in general. Like,
But you would count that as that's bad luck. No,
Yeah, that's not the argument. He
I don't know.
put himself
He-
in position to be
yeah.
taken out. So
They both put each. They
He
both.
leaves the race.
No,
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
They
capping.
both said,
y'all are capping.
One of
He
us
put
gotta go.
himself in the position to be
You know
taken.
the prophecy? You know the prophecy in the 5th movie of Harry Potter?
Don't say
Only one shall live or something. Like, you know? What is it? It's so funny. I should remember that.
I can't.
yeah, I do
Wow.
remember. Like, both of us can't survive. They both
Yes,
said,
exactly.
one of us is not making this turn. And they rolled the dice. And one made it and one didn't. That's not bad luck. That is quite intentional, if you ask me. They both put their foot down. And one got lucky, I guess. And
I will agree to
It's
disagree
even
there.
better.
We'll
It's even
agree to
better.
disagree.
One must die at the other's hand.
I can't.
that's what happened. That's literally what
can
happened.
live while the other survives. So yeah, that was Silverstone.
If that doesn't surmise the Lewis and Max
It really-
relationship,
yeah. That whole season.
that
Yeah.
one cannot
Yeah.
live while the other survives.
Survives.
Mhm.
That
Woo.
was 2021.
That was 2021.
Oh,
What a
Yes.
season. I think that'll go down as the best season that we'll ever watch. I think.
Wow. Like
I think.
like our generation will ever watch.
Our generation, yeah. Our lifetimes.
I mean, I hope I have a long life to live.
A
so I
long
hope
lifetime,
it's not
yes,
the-
but but like I don't know how long are you going to be watching Formula One for? That's also a
That's
question,
true.
you know.
How long is
And
Lewis
it's just
driving for
like-
again?
Yeah, I can't. I can't. But yeah, I think that was just a great season. That it was tough to come into such a great season because the expectation, the
True
bar.
that. True that.
But it's nice that we were able to witness it. So
100%. That was great. But yeah, that was Nia. You got to keep that quote because
that was that
That's
literally
perfect.
does sum up. Yeah.
Oh man,
Now,
I'm
now
crying.
I'm just picturing Monza with them on top of each other. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
really
as well. Yeah.
just craziness. Lewis trying to back out of gravel and the cars on top of him. I'm like, what is happening?
Cars on
And
top
Saudi
of
2021.
Saudi baby.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, that was a goated season.
What a time. What a time. Yeah. Any last thoughts? Any final words?
No, I mean, we have 2 weeks off.
We do. I
It's
like
crazy.
these little breaks actually. I think
It's going to come thick and fast in a minute, but yeah.
it will. So
Which
Baku
is
next.
Yeah, Baku next. I mean, George, like, at the start of the season had that great point. Like, the season's going to be won come, starting in July. I guess the season, like, really starts. So
He took that back very quickly though. Very quickly.
It's already
that's what I'm
over.
saying. You
Very
can't, like,
quickly. That's what
listen
I
to
know,
them. They go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They're, like,
They're
very
so
wishy-washy.
annoying.
One day, Toto's
They're
like,
so
scrap the
annoying.
program. We're not called
Yeah.
Mercedes F1 anymore. And then all the
I
next day,
can't.
it's like Darth Vader Toto. We're, like, 1 and 2. And it's like,
Yeah. Yeah. Lovely. Well, I'm excited for this season. I keep saying that already. It's like what do you call that? Like not manifestation, but you have to like keep saying it to believe that is true.
Law of attraction or something.
Sure, law of attraction. Yes, I'm attracting a great season this year.
Positivity.
Yes,
Yeah,
but I do
yes,
feel like
yeah.
it's because it already is really interesting, and I'm just excited to continue to travel and experience and just enjoy the moments, see where this podcast goes, how it grows. But I want to like interact also more with like the people who listen. Saw people listen from all over Jamaica, the Netherlands. It's so interesting. The fact that someone else besides our mom listens to the podcast.
my
I just
gosh,
feel like,
she's
and
gonna
even our
text us.
mom the other day was
Yeah.
like, "What happened last week?" And I was like, like I didn't know you had those. Like, she's like, "I need the pod. I need the
No,
pod."
she
So
needs the pod.
Yeah.
Like, who's Nia's editing? Nia.
I'll be
she
quick.
needs the pod.
Because she will
I'll be
text
quick.
me, "Where's the pod?" And we're already
Yeah.
recording a day late. Oh my days.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll catch you guys next week or 2 weeks from now in Baku. Fernando win. I'm still saying it. McLaren, Piastri outperforms Norris.
No
I'll
way.
say. I'll say
Unless
it.
Lando's car breaks down.
I'll say it. However it happens, it'll happen. Is what I say. And yeah, those are my predictions. But yeah, I'm excited. We'll catch you guys in the next 2 weeks. Maybe we'll do an off week podcast where we talk about the troubles and tribulations of the FIA. We'll go through all of their suspicious activity. And yeah, I'm excited for it.
Preach.
Love it. Bye.
Good chat, ladies.
Yes.
Toots.